One more minute and I'll start it, okay?
All right, live stream's up.
Okay. I won't step on you, Don, I promise. Can you see me or is my head cut off? Or does
I
it?
can't see you yet. You're gonna have to step in.
Oh,
Oh no, I'm sorry. Yes, it's just there's a delay on YouTube.
am I,
Your head is cut off.
all right, just for this, because there'll be while people are applauding wildly, you can put it back. Don't forget when I'm done, when I introduce them to applaud wildly, please.
Yeah.
All right, you got that? Thank you. All right, you ready?
Not yet.
Fine, I'm
Sorry.
perfectly content.
Go.
Hang out here.
Right, never took you back. All right, go.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the 22nd Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival, but the first time in several years that we've been live and in person, also streaming live here from the wonderful Moffatt-Ladd historic property, the Moffatt-Ladd House in this beautiful 18th century warehouse where we are broadcasting today and tomorrow for the Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival. My name is Nick Noble. I am a board member and treasurer of the festival and host of the Folk Revival on WICN out of Worcester, Massachusetts. And I'm here to bring you some wonderful music from this historic location. Please remember that donations are important. We can't make this festival happen without you here live in the warehouse. My friend Ernie is in the back with a bucket that if you want to donate to that, he'll be cruising around during and after the performance for your donations. We greatly appreciate it. This festival is run entirely on donations. For those of you online, you can go to our website, PMFFEST, PMFFest.org, and make a donation. We would love to have your support as well. To open tonight's, did I say tonight? It is this morning. To open this morning's festival, I'm here at Moffatt-Ladd. I'd like to welcome two amazing performers, both of whom have enriched the wonderful state of Connecticut with their music for many, many years. And I'd like to welcome to the festival our good friends Cliff Haslam and Don Sinetti. Cheers.
I'm going to start off with a song, we call them token songs, where the sailors or wherever it was didn't have to be sailors or soldiers. It's different people way back when kind of shared a token before they left. Sometimes it's a broken token or sometimes a ring. But, it's just like to prove that you were the person, because if you went to war, you didn't always come back looking the same. You know, you might be beat up or whatever it might be. So this is one of those kind of a token songs called Adieu, Sweet Lovely Nancy. Adieu, sweet lovely Nancy, 10,000 times adieu. I'm a-going around the ocean to seek for something new. Come change your ring with me, dear girl, come change your ring with me. For it might be a token of true love while I am on the sea. When I'm far upon the sea, you know not where I am. Kind letters I will write to you from every foreign land. The secret of my heart, my dear, and the best of my goodwill. So let your body be where at night my heart will be with you still. There are tinkers, tailors, shoemakers lie snoring fast asleep, while we poor souls on the open wide are ploughing through the deep. The secret of your heart, my love, and the best of my goodwill. So let your body be where at night my heart will be with you still. There's a heavy storm arising, see how it gathers round. And we poor souls on the ocean wide are fighting for the crown. Our officers commanded us, and then we must obey, expecting every moment for to get cast away. And when the wars are over, there's peace on every shore. We'll return to our wives and our families, the girls that we adore. We'll raise her pretty merrily and drink her merrily. And when our money is all gone, we'll boldly go to sea. Okay, Don.
Okay. I'm going to do the banjo now because it won't be in tune for very long, being the banjo. And it's one of my favorite little banjo tunes to play.
It's a song of, of course, a fellow who wasn't a sailor before he became a sailor. He was a tailor, and he was a Boston tailor, and he signed on board of a whaling ship, and they beat the hell out of him because he didn't know what he was doing. And fortunately, the captain's daughter was on board, and she kind of took care of him, if you know what I mean. And it's a good chorus song. Oh, it's poor old Reuben Ranzo, Ranzo, me boys, Ranzo. Poor old Reuben Ranzo, Ranzo, me boys, Ranzo. Ranzo was no sailor, Ranzo, me boys, Ranzo. He was a Boston tailor, Ranzo, me boys, Ranzo. Ranzo was no sailor, Ranzo, me boys, Ranzo. Shipped on board of a whaler, Ranzo, me boys, Ranzo. He couldn't do his duty, Ranzo, me boys, Ranzo. They gave him 25, Ranzo, me boys, Ranzo. Because he was so dirty, Ranzo, me boys, the Ranzo, they gave him 35. Ranzo, me boys, Ranzo, captain's daughter Susie. Ranzo, me boys, the Ranzo, begged her dad for mercy. Ranzo, me boys, Ranzo, gave him wine and water. Ranzo, me boys, Ranzo, a bit more than she ought to. Ranzo, me boys, Ranzo, taught him navigation. Ranzo, me boys, Ranzo, to fit him to a station. Ranzo, me boys, Ranzo, Ranzo's got his papers. Ranzo, me boys, Ranzo, he's a terror to the whalers. Ranzo, me boys, Ranzo, know wherever them whalefish blow. Ranzo, me boys, Ranzo, there's the hardest bastard on the go. Ranzo, me boys, Ranzo, poor old Reuben Ranzo. Ranzo, me boys, Ranzo, poor old Reuben Ranzo. Ranzo, me boys, Ranzo.
Okay, this next one I'd like to do for you really sticks in my mind because having worked at the seaport down in Mystic for so many years, and Stan Hugel, of course, were down there, and he started singing this one, and it's really not what is not in any of his, as far as I know, any of the books that he wrote and songs, but I really like it a lot. It's so here we go. When Will and Johnny went to sea, Will and Johnny, high-low, oh, Randy, dandy, lad was he, all bound away to high-low. He had a gal who he loved so, Will and Johnny, high-low, but she went with Father Bow, bound away to high-low. He went and joined a whaling back, a whaling Johnny, high-low, says he, I'll have a damn fine luck, all bound away to high-low. Alas, got to the Sulu Sea, Will and Johnny, high-low, oh, we fished for sperm and manatee, all bound away to high-low. When Will and Johnny come back home, Will and Johnny, high-low, he had shellfish growing down his back, all bound away to high-low. When Will and Johnny went to sea, Will and Johnny, high-low, oh, Randy, dandy, lad was he, all bound away to high-low. Woo!
So I'd like to introduce Mike Potowski, and Mike is the winner of the song contest they had for this festival, and he's a kind of a newbie at this. So my sidekick, we sing together in Essex at the Grizzled End with the Jovial Crew every Monday night for years. And so Mike's kind of joined the group part of February, and all of a sudden he's coming in with songs. He's singing these songs. Where did he get that one from? Oh, I wrote it. So I thought it'd be nice to, he's my sidekick for the weekend, so I thought it might be having him do some songs for you. So Mike Potowski.
So yeah, thank you, Cliff, for those kind words. So this song I'm going to do is another one I wrote. It's called April Snow. The tune is based on the April song. I wanted to write a song about the people who build the stuff for all the ships that we sing about, primarily the men who build the anchors. And I remember after I wrote it, I was stuck with what to call it. But Abel Snow, I found out, was a man who in the early part of the 19th century built anchors in my hometown of Chester, Connecticut. His house is still standing, and if you go to Chester, the Historical Society, that building actually, he used to build anchors on that spot as well, and I think one of his anchors is there. So, I'm the man who builds the anchor, the tough and sturdy anchor, the oak and iron anchor that keeps your ship in place. A good and trusty anchor, the sailor's favorite anchor. No one makes finer anchors in all the human race. When you build a ship for sailing, be it packet, trade, or whaling, you don't want that ship a-failing when she's rolling on the sea. Before you need a captain, you hire a careful draftsman. He'll get you well-trained craftsmen. The greatest one is me. I'm the man who builds the anchor, the tough and sturdy anchor, the oak and iron anchor that keeps your ship in place. A good and trusty anchor, the sailor's favorite anchor. No one makes finer anchors in all the human race. When the morning birds are bringing that new day with their singing, you'll hear my hammer ringing to make the iron strong. But I get no greater pleasure than when the anchor's put together. I know she'll last forever, I swear it with this song. I'm the man who builds the anchor, the tough and sturdy anchor, the oak and iron anchor that keeps your ship in place. A good and trusty anchor, the sailor's favorite anchor. No one makes finer anchors in all the human race. If your heart is full of rancor, and it's comfort that you hanker, just drop that trusty anchor and row on to the shore. You'll find a girl that's pretty, and if you're a little witty, she'll let you see her kitty and maybe do some more. I'm the man who builds the anchor, the tough and sturdy anchor, the oak and iron anchor that keeps your ship in place. A good and trusty anchor, the sailor's favorite anchor. No one makes finer anchors in all the human race. Abel Snow. Thank you, gentlemen.
Hang on, folks. I have a weird eye. I can't find the chords. There it is. Okay. I had eye surgery a few years last year, so sometimes it's still blurry. So anyway, I'm going to sing you a song about Paddy's West. It's a place in Liverpool, and it sort of used to get sailors ready for the sea, falsely, you might say, by teaching all the parts of the ship and sort of a bullshit way into sailing on board of a ship. As I was walking down London Road, I've come to Paddy West's house. Gave me a meal of American hash, called it Liverpool Scouse. Says that the ship she's 110 hands on a Yule sign. The mate's a bastard, the bosun's worse, but she will suit you fine. Take off your dungaree jackets and give yourselves a rest. Think of them cold nor'westers that we had at Paddy's West. When the meal was over, boys, the wind began to blow. He sent me up to the attic, main royal for to stow. When I got to the attic, no main royal could have find. Turned me around to the window and I felt the wind Take off your dungaree jackets and give yourselves a rest. Tell 'em that you're an old sailor lad that's come from Paddy's West. Paddy pipes, all hands on deck, the station's for to man. His wife, she stood in the doorway with her bucket in her hand. Paddy cries out, now let's her rip, flung our water away. Up your foretopgallant, boys, she's taken in the spray. Take off your dungaree jackets and give yourselves a rest. Think of them cold nor'westers that we had at Paddy's West. Soon as you bound to the southern boys, to Frisco you is bound. Old Paddy, he called for a length of rope, placed it on the ground. We all stepped over, then back again. Says to me, that's fine. Ever they asked, was you ever at sea? You'd say you crossed the line. Take off your dungaree jackets and give yourselves a rest. Bigger than cold nor'westers that we had at Paddy's West. There's just one thing for you to do before you sail away. Walk around the table with the bullocks on display. If they ask, was you ever at sea? You'd say 10 times round the horn. It is that you're an old sailor lad since the day that you were born. Put on your dungaree jacket and step out looking your best. And tell 'em that you're an old sailor lad that's come from Paddy's West.
Okay, this next one I'd like to do for you is one of my favorite ones to play and sing. Of course, it's Melville, the great author, sailor. He in Moby Dick, in the Gold Doubloon chapter, that's when they're of course, where he would nail the gold doubloon to the mast, and Pip, the African-American cabin boy, would sing a version of this song. And it's one of my favorite ones to sing. I love singing, doing this one, and so help me out, okay?
girl.
Sure. That's it. I didn't want to say the other one. Okay.
Inside every sailor, about what it's like for a sailor who you go out to sea and then the drive to return home. Again, I'm going to give a shout out to Tom Lewis, unlike a certain Scottish Ed Sheeran knockoff on TikTok who stole one of his songs. Didn't give him credit. Yeah. Inside every sailor there lives a young man, itching to get to sea fast as he can, to see all them pretty girls, dusky and brown, and to get far away from his boring old town. And to get far away from his boring old town. Inside every sailor there lives a young girl who is constant and true. She's a jewel, she's a pearl. She's just like them other girls, happy or sad, except this one's in love with a wandering lad. Except this one's in love with a wandering lad. Inside every kind of ship, black, green, or grey, there are men with their eyes fixed on things far away. Beyond the horizon, ahead or behind, will the dream that they're searching for be what they find? Will the dream that they're searching for be what they find? Inside every sailor there lives an old man with rose-colored memories of where he began. He's seen all them pretty girls, dusky and brown, and he longs to return to his boring old town. And he longs to return to his boring old town. Back to you, no more stall.
Short little song. Now it's called MacDonald, and it's about a woman pining for her husband's out whaling and hoping that he's going to return. Oh, my Donald, he works on the sea, where the wind blows wild and free. He splices the rope, sets the sail. Now he is a war in the home of the whale. And he ne'er thinks of me far behind, nor the torment that rage in my mind. He's only at home for half of the year, and left all alone with naught but a tear. All you women who smell the wild rose, take heed to the man and where the man goes. Take heed to the wives and bands that yearn, in hopes he returns from hunting the sperm. Oh, my Donald, he works on the sea, where the wind blows wild and free. Splices the rope, sets the sail. Now he is a war in the home of a whale.
Okay. This can do a Canadian one. I hope I can remember it, and but it's a great song. The banjo went out of tune.
Did it really?
Yes, yes.
Imagine that.
There's a lot of different tunings for a banjo. That's one of them. When I bought it, it was in tune.
You know, same with my guitar. I call the guy buying the guitar. Listen, this guy with guitar's in tune when I bought you. It keeps going out of tune. You know, what are you going to do about it? Going to weld eggs together.
Close enough.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Focus you.
That's right. It was 25 or 40 years when Jack first saw the light. They came into this wonderful and dark and stormy night. He was born upon his father's ship. It was lying blue. 25 or 30 miles southeast of Buffalo. Jack was every inch a sailor. 5 and 20 years away. That whale right by the tail and pulled him inside out. Jack was every inch a sailor, 5 and 20 years away. Jack was every inch a sailor. He was born on the French blue sea. Everybody now. Jack was every inch a sailor. 5 and 20 years away. Jack was every inch a sailor. He was born from the French blue sea.
No wonder it's not Sam.
Seems like all the sailors are named Jack. Seems like all the girls named Nancy or Sue. Or,
They didn't have much money for names, so they could only afford those ones.
well, it's easy to remember each girl in each port. His name's Sue or Nancy. It was hard to remember names, you know.
Yeah.
Just slap you across the face when you forget the names, don't they? So this is about Jack. Jack was a sailor. And he went up to town. And he met a young lassie with a basket on her arm. And he thought it was some illegal whiskey. So he decided to buy the basket from her and gave her £1 and she runs off, I'll be back with your change. Oh, she never came back. So I finally looked in the basket, there's no whiskey, there's a little baby, and that she got from another sailor, so she's just passing it on. So the whiskey was known as Queer Bungle Rye, so that's what he decided to call the baby. And that's the chorus. Follow the lie, ruddy rye, roll your R's if you will. Jack was a sailor, walked up to town. She was a damsel that skipped up and down. She walked up to Jack, said on the sly, would you care to purchase some queer bungle rye, ruddy rye? And for that little lie, ruddy rye. Jack said to himself, what can this be? Finest old whiskey from far Germany. Smuggled up in a basket, sold on the sly. Name of the baby's called Queer Bungle Rye, ruddy rye. And for that little lie, ruddy rye. Jack gave her £1. Thought nothing strange, hold on to the basket while I run for your change. I'll just sing this song now. Jack peeked in the basket, the child he did spy. Be damn it, says Jack, this is Queer Bungle Rye, ruddy rye. Oh, let it lie, ruddy rye. To get the child christened was Jack's next intent. Get the child christened, to the parson he went. To the parson, to Jack, what will he go by? Damn it, says Jack, call him Queer Bungle Rye, ruddy rye. Oh, the little lie, ruddy rye. Said the parson to Jack, it's a very queer name. Said Jack to the parson, it's a queer way he came. Smuggled up in a basket, sold on the sly. Name that he goes by, Queer Bungle Rye, ruddy rye. Oh, let it lie, ruddy rye. Come all you young sailors, walk up to town. Beware of them damsels that skip up and down. Take a peek in their basket as you pass them by, or else they will pawn on you, Queer Bungle Rye, ruddy rye. Oh, let it lie, ruddy rye. It's all let it lie, ruddy rye. Woo-hoo!
Gonna do a little banjo tune here, and Dave Mason, of course, very well-known banjo player, made the banjo popular. So a lot of people would say that was a whatever you want to say.
That's the curse.
song each. Let them down. One each. One more each.
Which we, this
Yeah,
was okay.
you, him, whatever.
We'll do a Cyril Tawney song that is very well known. He was a submariner in the British Navy. That was his life, and but somehow he had this knack for writing good songs. And so one of the songs he wrote was called "The Oggy Man," and Oggy is short for Tiddly Oggy, and more well known as the Cornish pasty, which is looks like an apple turnover, but inside is all mincemeat and onions and carrots and good stuff. So it was like, before the hot dog came, the Oggy Man his stand was always there, and when you got ashore, you couldn't wait to get there and get one of those Oggies. It's a song about his lady who promises that she'll be around as long, the Oggy Man, but then the Oggy Man sort of faded away, and so did she. Oh, excuse me, but it's stuck in these colours. Oh, the rain softly falling, and the Oggy Man's no more. I can't hear him calling like I used to before. I came through the gateway, I heard the sergeant say, the big boys are coming, see their stands along the way. For the rain's softly falling, and the Oggy Man's no more. It was there that she told me when she bid me goodbye. There's no one will miss you, not one half as much as I. Our love will endure, dear, like a beacon in a squall, eternal as that Oggy Man beneath the dockyard wall. For the rain's softly falling, and the Oggy Man's no more.
That's you, Don. They don't pay me enough.
All right. Oh. I always love to do this one. Last night when we were, it was kind of cold down there, but we hung in there and did one. And so here we go, Santiana.
Okay.
Hey. We're sailing across the river from Liverpool, heave away, Santiago, around Cape Horn to Frisco Bay, all across the plains of Mexico. So heave her up, and away we'll go, heave away, Santiago. Heave her up, and away we'll go, all across the plains of Mexico. Santiago was a mighty fine man. Heave away, Santiago, until he made war with with Uncle Sam all across the plains of Mexico. So heave her up and away we'll go. Heave away, Santiano. Heave her up and away we'll go all across the plains of Mexico. Oh, General Taylor gained the day. Heave away, Santiano. He made old Santi run the other way all across the plains of Mexico. So heave her up and away we'll go. Heave away, Santiano. Heave her up and away we'll go all across the plains of Mexico. Mexico, where the land lies low. Heave away, Santiano. There ain't no snow and the whalefish blow all across the plains of Mexico. So heave her up and away we'll go. Heave away, Santiano. Heave her up and away we'll go all across the plains of Mexico. When I was a young man, heave away, Santiano. I court them young gals 10 at a time all across the plains of Mexico. So heave her up and away we'll go. Heave away, Santiano. Heave her up and away we'll go all across the plains of Mexico. But now I'm old and I'm turning gray. Heave away, Santiano. All them gals run them Coffins. Oh yeah, now we got. Mike. All across the plains of Mexico. So heave her up and away we'll go. Heave away, Santiano. Heave her up and away we'll go all across the plains of Mexico.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, John Sinetti, Cliff Haslam with Mike Hutkowski. Don't forget, on your way out, there are CDs from both Cliff and Don available at our merch table. And also, don't forget, my friend Ernie there has the bucket for donations. This festival is free and runs entirely on your donations and your support. So please, as Ernie passes through with the bucket, give generously. Thank you so very much. In about 10-12 minutes, we will have our next wonderful performer, Heather Wood. And before that, I'd just like to let you know, ask you the question, what's the difference between a large cheese pizza and a banjo?
Oh, what's that?
A large cheese pizza can feed a family of 4. All right. Thank you all. 10 more minutes till Heather's up. You keep twirling that banjo, it's not going to stay in tune. That was great. Mike, I'm looking forward to tonight.
I am as well.
Hear the song.
Yep.
Let it mill. People know it's there. I think it's fine, you know.
I haven't received the proper account, so I'm recording sometime soon.
I was up at 6. I went to bed at 10, though. I was smart. 5 already this morning? Oh, that's not bad. to start with. And this is recorded too, right? Yeah, so, right. Excellent. Hey, Cliff. I love the Augie song. My wife, my father-in-law, her father was born in Newland. And left there when he was 5 and never went back. And so we went back.
I'm not
the grave of the
familiar. I know of it.
grandfather. He was killed the first couple times.
But I don't
And tons of great music. Hang out and sing.
You're right.
I got to sing with Cornish Reds chorus and here. It was wonderful. My bass coach for that. I love that. No, it's good. I like it. How you doing? All right?
Doing all right. Yeah, you're still scratching.
I was here for this festival that was 85, 90 years. I got some laws of you. I'm sucking them down myself. There's water if you want some. Oh, I gotta go check things out. Don't forget to give generously to Ernie. He's got the bucket there. He loves you all, and we all love Ernie. I forgot to say they can give online, but I can do that when I introduce Heather. That's the plan. Oh, how are you doing? Well, I'm going to drink that probably. It's not gin, is it? No. Damn! I thought I could count on you. No, for gin, I'd have smelled it. Hello, folks.
David, I have Donald Sullivan in my book. I'm going to look to see if I wrote down who I learned it from. Hi, Lindell. How are you? Are you in need? I'm shuttling Don and Mary around, but there was something on there that you may need. You're good? Okay.
No, I have my own runner.
Okay. Good.
The safest way.
Now we can talk.
I sing, but I'm not going to be singing here except a little longer.
Sorry, I'm a little distracted because I'm going to
I'm just going to be around the corner to talk to my friend.
Okay, that's fine.
I sang to make harmony something. How we doing versus?
outrageous and following
You live in town here now? Oh, you do? In Portsmouth, yeah?
You didn't see me sing, but I was there. I was singing with my group, George the Crew. Yeah, the original group, the original Vienna. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm talking on my knees, because, you know,
I know.
I-
She needs to have.
you know, I can walk without two, you know, that's quite a part. They didn't do it, so I don't know what shoes hold them. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Is this it?
Oh, yeah.
It's good.
No, it was like this doing a workshop. It was three groups. My group was there, so that's probably what recognized. Yeah, he was in a Saturday one day, one of the workshops Saturday.
Hello, Lynn.
John and was Joe with Cruz and like, and then he was,
Good.
Okay.
Hello.
There she is. Hello, my love. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Heather, will you be sitting or standing?
Standing.
Okay. We'll work it out. I'm going to get my phone and plug it in. It's having trouble. No, I'm not yet. I'll do it later.
Hey, Isabel.
How would you like to be introduced?
Oh, you know, whatever.
I'll say nice things. Don't worry.
Okay, you better.
I'll make them up, but I'll say them.
Cool.
God damn! I thought it was gin.
Anytime.
Well, we got about one more minute.
Ding.
Let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, just a minute.
She's gonna be standing. The camera's gonna be all right for me right when I get up to talk.
Yeah, just a minute.
No. That's what I said. A minute. Did I say a minute?
No.
Bye, Cliff. And I'll give you like a one song left notice when we get there. Okay, hold on.
Okay, Heather, will you stand? Just tell me where you're gonna be. No, you don't need to be that close to the mic.
Good.
No, you can actually be quite far, much farther back so that you can be seen in the camera. Keep going. Like by your chair.
3 more steps. There you go.
There you go. Okay, we're gonna have to close that back door.
Oh, yes, indeed.
I think you might give him a hand, Ernie.
Sorry for the violence of it. Yeah, I got it. Okay. We're going to start in 20 seconds.
20 seconds. Oh my goodness.
Tell me when you're ready, Lynn. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival, our 22nd year and our first time live in person since 2019. We're so glad to have you all here in the historic Moffatt-Ladd property in this 18th century warehouse with its wonderful acoustics. We're so glad to have you here. Please remember entirely on support from your donations. So please give generously when the concert is done. Also, those of you online, you can go to pmffest.org and make a donation as well. Thank you so much. My name is Nick Noble. I'm the host of the Folk Revival on Worcester Public Radio, WICN, but I'm also a board member of the Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival, and for some reason, its treasurer. And I'm so glad to welcome you here, and welcome you here to hear the musical beauty of the amazing Heather Wood.
So there will be chorus songs, there will be songs with no choruses. Join in wherever you can. Sailing o'er the Dogger Bank, wasn't it a treat? The wind was blowing east-northeast, we had to give her sheet. You should have seen us rally, the wind a-blowing free. A passage round the Dogger Bank to Great Grimsby. So watch her twigger as down the street she came. With high heels and painted toes, Virginia was on the game. She is one of the flash girls, can't she cut to shine? She can do a double shuffle on the Knickerbocker line. So watch her twigger, she my proper Jew, and give her the sheet, let her rip with the boys to see her through. You should have seen us rally, the wind a-blowing free. A passage round the Dogger Bank to Great Grimsby. Now we're the boys to make a noise when we come home from sea. We get right drunk and full of beer and have a jovial spree. We get right drunk and full of beer and roll all over the floor. And when our rent is all spent, we'll go to sea for more. So watch her twigger, she my proper Jew, and give her the sheet and let her rip with the lads to see her through. You should have seen us rally, the wind a-blowing free. A passage round the Dogger Bank to Great Grimsby. Now our captain, he's a shangaroo, she love a drop of good ale. Our mate, he is a roadstone inspector, been seen in many a jail. Take a look at the poor old cook, he comes from the African Nile. Take a look at the poor old cook, it makes the bugger wild. Oh, watch her twigger, she my proper Jew, and give her the sheet and let her rip with the boys to see her through. You should have seen us rally, the wind a-blowing free. A passage from the Dogger Bank to Great Grimsby. Grimsby being one of the many fishing ports on the right-hand side of England, just up from Yarmouth and down from Newcastle. So, let's see, song with a chorus. This has a really simple chorus. Any of you who think you can't sing, hands up, anyone who thinks they can't sing? You don't have to sing on this one, it's a grunt, okay? And the grunt is, bring 'em down, bring 'em down. See, you got it. In Liverpool I was born, bring 'em down, London is me home from home. Bring 'em down. Them rather-eyed girls I do adore, bring 'em down. They take it all and ask for more, bring 'em down. Them Liverpool girls, they are so fine, bring 'em down. They're never a day behind their time, bring 'em down. It's down the shore we go, bring 'em down. Northward to Callao, bring 'em down. Them Callao girls put on a show, bring 'em down. They waggle their ass with the roll and go, bring 'em down. And up to Valleypo, bring 'em down. I remember what what we do there, so. Bring him down. Back to Liverpool. Bring him down. Spend me pay like a bloody fool. Bring him down. I'm Liverpool born and bred. Bring him down. Long in the arm and thick in the head. Bring him down. So rock and roll me over, boys. Bring him down. And get this damn job over, boys. Bring him down. Cyril Tawney was in the Royal Navy for a long time. He was a submariner. And my theory is that at one point in time he got a little too large to fit down the hatches to get into the submarine. So he became a folk singer instead. And wrote a lot of really great songs. And one day Westwood Television, which was the sort of local television mob, came to him and said, Mr. Tawney, sir, can you write us some folk songs that we can use, you know, in the dead air that we occasionally, God help us, get? He said, sure. He said, about 3 seconds long. So he came up with, the gallant frigate Amphitrite, she sank in Plymouth Sound. And the other one was a variant of the Hangman song, which was, oh, hold your hand, judge, stay your judgment for a what? But Cyril also wrote some really great songs, and this is one of them. It's the one that the Young Tradition always started their sets with, because whatever the acoustics of the hall, we could always sing this one. It's amazing. Acoustics really matter to unaccompanied singers, because we don't pitch anything to an instrument, we just sort of sing. And this song helped us know where the room was. And you probably all know the chorus. The skipper's in the wardroom drinking gin. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. I don't mind knocking, but I ain't going in. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. The Jimmy's laughing like a drain. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. Been looking in me comic cuts again. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. Chicken on a raft on a Monday morning. Oh, what a terrible sight to see. Dapto's forward and the dustman aft. Sitting there picking at a chicken on a raft. Hey-ho, chicken on a raft. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. Hey-ho, chicken on a raft. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. I had a little girl in Donny B. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. And did she make a fool of me? Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. Her heart was like a pusser's shower. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. From hot to cold in a quarter of an hour. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. Chicken on a raft on a Monday morning. Oh, what a terrible sight to see. Dapto's forward and the dustman aft. Sitting there picking at a chicken on a raft. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. Hey-ho, chicken on a raft. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. Hey-ho, chicken on a raft. We kissed goodnight on the midnight bus. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. She didn't cry and she didn't fuss. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. Am I the one that she loves best? Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. Or am I just a cuckoo in another man's nest? Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. And chicken on a raft on a Monday morning. Oh, what a terrible sight to see. Dapto's forward and the dustman aft. Sitting there picking on a chicken on a raft. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. Hey-ho, chicken on a raft. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. Hey-ho, chicken on a raft. An Amazon girl lived in Dumfries. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. She only had her kids in 2s and 3s. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. Her sister lives in Maryhill. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. She says she won't, but I think she will. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. Chicken on a raft on a Monday morning. Oh, what a terrible sight to see. Dapto's forward and the dustman aft. Sitting there picking on a chicken on a raft. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. Hey-ho, chicken on a raft. Hi-ho, chicken on a raft. Hey-ho, chicken on a raft.
Oh.
another Cyril song, why not? No chorus this time, but Stanley's the rat, and a quick one at that. From bulkhead to bulkhead in 3 seconds flat. He's come and he's gone ere an eyelid could bat, but he'd stay a lot longer if we had a cat. One flashing run, and his visit is done. Stan never lingers to join in the fun. Our hospitality he'd sooner shun, but he'd stay a lot longer if we had a gun. When does he doze? Nobody knows. Night and day he stays on his toes. I don't suppose that his eyes ever close, but he'd sleep forever and ever and ever if we had a high-pressure hose. More of Cyril later, because he wrote some great songs. A couple of songs, different sides of the same story. Come, ye dearest, come, ye fairest, come tell unto me, could you marry a poor sailor boy who is just come from sea? I could marry no poor sailor for me, for to cross the briny ocean, love, 'tis a terror unto me. Besides your ragged love, and your dirty love, and your clothes, they smell of tar. So be gone, you saucy sailor boy, so be gone, you Jack Tar. I may be ragged, love, I may be dirty, love, and my clothes may smell of tar, yet I have silver in me pockets, love, and I've gold in bright store. When she heard these words come from him, on a bended knee she fell, saying, I'll marry my dear sailor boy, for I love him right well. Do you think that I am foolish, love? Do you think that I am mad for to marry a poor country girl when a fortune's to be had? I'll cross the briny ocean, love, and I'll whistle and I'll sing. Since you have had the offer, love, someone else shall have the ring. For I am young, love, and I'm frolicsome, and I'm bold, and I am free, and I don't give a straw, love, what the world thinks of me. So there. And the other side, it's of a sailor bold who's lately come ashore, both brisk and bold, well lined with gold, to his true love did repair. In old and ragged dress, he to his love did go, all to his love, all for to prove whether she'd be kind or no. My merchandise is lost, my ship is cast away, it makes me fret, I am deep in debt, not a 10th part can I pay. Come in, my love, sit down, put off your ragged array, and I will be so kind to thee, and all your debts I'll pay. I've gold in store of my own, my debts all for to clear. I've rings and ribbons, and I've jewels bright, and combs to deck your hair. 'Twas down in Stoke-on-Church the happy knot was tied. Throughout the land there is no one can match the sailor and his bride. Ah, yes. Here's a song from Australia. I've sung this at far too many funerals, but let's remember all the people we've lost over the last several years. Too damn many to think about. There were 10 of us there on the moonlit quay, and 1 on the starboard hatch. No straighter mate to his mates than he ever said, lend us a match. 'Twill be long, old friend, ere our glasses clink. 'Twill be long ere we shake your hand. So we dragged him ashore for a farewell drink till the whole darn world seemed grand. The port lights gleamed in the morning mist that rose from the waters green, As over the railing we shook his fist, while the dark clouds hung between. We cheered the captain, we cheered the crew, and our mate times out of mind. We cheered the land he was going to, and the land he had left behind. For they marry and go, and the years roll back, they marry and vanish and die. But their spirit shall live on the outside track, as long as the years go by. We rode lang syne as a last farewell, but my heart felt out of joint. I well remember the hush that fell when his steamer cleared the point. We wandered on home through the public bars, we were 10 times less by one, who sailed out under the morning stars into the rising sun. For they marry and go, and the years roll by, they marry and vanish and die. But their spirit shall live on the outside track, as long as the years go by. And one by one, and two by two, they've sailed from the wharf since then. I said goodbye to the best I knew, the last of the careless men. And I can't help but think that the times we had were the best times after all. As I turn around with a lonely drink, and drink to the barroom wall. For they marry and go, and the years roll by, they marry and vanish and die. But their spirit shall live on the outside track, as long as the years go by. On the banks of the Mersey, over on Cheshire side, lies Runcorn, that's best known to fame for Transporter Bridge, as takes folk across stream or else brings them back across same. In the days afore Transporter Bridge were put up, a ferry boat lay in the slip, and old Ted, the boatman, would row folk across at per tuppence per person per trip. Now, Runcorn lay over on one side of the stream, and Widnes on t'other side stood. And as nobody wanted to go either place, well, trade wasn't any too good. But one evening, to Ted's superlative surprise, 3 customers came into view. A Mr. and Mrs. Ramsbottom, and Albert, their little son, too. How much for the 3, said father, as his hand to his pocket did dip. Same for 3 as it would be for 1, per tuppence, per person, per trip. You're not charging tuppence for that little lad, said mother, her eyes flashing wild. Per tuppence, per person, per trip, replied Ted, per woman, per man, or per child. But Ted weren't, Pa won't have nothing but none of that there, but giving an obstinate lip, said, well, how much to row us across? Ted said, aye, tuppence per person per trip. Then mother said, we can walk, you know, and Pa said, we can, weather's quite mild. So into the water the 3 of them stepped, the father, the mother, the child. Pretty soon the old people was up to their necks, and little lad clean out of sight. Father said, where's our Albert? Mother replied, I've got hold of his hand, he's all right. And all of a sudden, Pa had an idea, and floundering back to old Ted, said, we've walked halfway, we'll row us across at half price, that's a penny a head. Ted weren't having nothing of none of that there, and making an obstinate lip, per tuppence, per person, per trip, he said. Per trip or per part of per trip. Then father said, well, we walked halfway. How about I take the boat, I row across, I pick up the others halfway, I bring the boat back, and then you can row me across. And 3pence in bargain I'll pay. 'Twere money for nothing. Ted answers okay, and taking all of the sculls, Pa, which sharpened a part of boat toward middle of scream, were there in a couple of pulls. He got his wife over the side with the water, she weighed 1/2 ton, then pushing the oar outside of the boat, started fishing around for his son. When poor little Albert came up to the top, his collar was soggy and limp, and through holding his breath at the bottom so long, his face was as red as a shrimp. Pa took him across, and he brought the boat back, and he said to old Ted on the slip, "Now, wilt row me across by me sen?" Ted said, "Aye, per 2pence, per person, per trip." So he rowed Pa across, and Pa gave him the money, and laughed fit to bust, for you see, he'd worked it all out, and he'd got his own way, and he's paid nobbut 5pence for 3. When the Alabama's keel was laid, roll Alabama, roll, it was laid in the yard of Jonathan Ladd. Oh, roll Alabama, roll, it was laid in the yard of Jonathan Ladd. Roll Alabama, roll, it was laid in the town of Birkenhead. Oh, roll Alabama, roll. Down the Mersey River she sailed then. Roll Alabama, roll, and Liverpool fitted her with guns and men. Oh, roll Alabama, roll. For the Western Isles she sailed forth. Roll Alabama, roll, to destroy the commerce of the North. Oh, roll Alabama, roll. Into Cherbourg town she sailed one day. Roll Alabama, roll, for to gain her share of prize money. Oh, roll Alabama, roll. There many a sailor lad saw his doom. Roll Alabama, roll, when the little Kearsarge she hove in view. Oh, roll Alabama, roll. And a shot from the forward pivot that day. Roll Alabama, roll, it shot the Alabama's stern away. Oh, roll Alabama, roll, in the 3-mile limit in 65. Roll Alabama, roll, the Alabama sank to her grave. Oh, roll Alabama, roll. Well, now England finally has a King Charles III. There was supposed to be one earlier, but somehow it all fell to pieces and it didn't happen. And I hope you realise that if Scotland does leave the United Kingdom, our Union flag is going to be red, white, and oops. A sad thought. Anyway, this is a song from the days of the assorted Jacobite rebellion when they were trying to put young Charlie on the throne. Of course, it didn't happen, but now we do have King Charles III, so let's hope he's a little more lucky than the first one, who got beheaded, and the second one, known as the Merry Monarch, and I don't know how he died, but probably of a surfeit of something. It was usually that in those days. Come boat me over, come row me o'er, come boat me over to Charlie. I'll give John Rab another bawbee if you'll row me over to Charlie. It's over the water and over the sea, it's over the water to Charlie. Come we'll or walk, we'll gather and go and live or die for Charlie. I swear and I vow by the moon and the stars and the sun that shines so rarely, Oh, had I 20,000 lives, I'd give them all for Charlie. It's over the water and over the sea. It's over the water to Charlie. Come we'll or woe, we'll gather and go and live or die for Charlie. Oh, once I had sons, but now I have none. I bore them toiling sorely, and I would bear them yet again and give them all to Charlie. It's over the water and over the sea. It's over the water to Charlie. Come we'll or woe, we'll gather and go and live or die for Charlie. Much good it did them. Yeah. It's always a question of what to sing next, and the answer is always sing the other one. Now when I was a little boy, oh so me mother told me, way haul away, we'll haul away, Joe, that if I didn't kiss the girls, me lips would grow all mouldy. Way haul away, we'll haul away, Joe, way haul away, we'll haul away together, way haul away, we'll haul away, Joe, way haul away, we'll haul for better weather, away, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. Once I was in Ireland, digging turf and taties, way, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. But now I'm on a packet ship, hauling on the braces, way, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe, way, haul away, we'll haul away together, away, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe, way, haul away, we'll haul for better weather, away, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. Now King Louis was the King of France before the Revolution, way, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe. But then he got his head cut off, which spoiled his constitution, way, haul away, we'll haul away, Joe, way, haul away, we'll haul away together, away, haul away, we'll haul away, we'll haul for back, we'll haul away. As Jack was a-walking Point Beach up and down, he spied pretty Nancy of merry Portsmouth town, the other one. As soon as he seed her most beautiful face, he hired his 3 topsails and to her gave chase. To me rigging grey, come rattle my rigging down, come rattle my rigging down Ratcliffe Highway. That's the chorus. I have no idea what it means, but sing it anyway. He hailed her in Dutch and the signal she knew. She lowered her topsail and for him hove to. Jack lowered his jolly boat and rowed alongside. He found Madam's gangway was open and wide. To me rigging grey, come rattle my rigging down, come rattle my rigging down Ratcliffe Highway. Jack entered her cabin and swore damn her eyes. She was naught but a fire ship rigged up in the skies. Set fire to Jack's rigging, likewise to his hull, and away to the hospital Jack had to scull. To me rigging grey, come rattle my rigging down, come rattle my rigging down Ratcliffe Highway. Set fire to Jack's rigging, likewise to his hull, and away to the hospital Jack had to scull. With his yardarm a starboard as he walked along, His shipmates cried out, your yard arm is sprung to me rigging grey. Come rattle my rigging down, come rattle my rigging down Ratcliffe Highway. Now Jack is returned to fair Portsmouth at last. He lies on the lower deck among the low class. He lies on his back and he cries out, oh Lord, wasn't that a stiff breeze when I sprung me main yard to me rigging grey? Come rattle my rigging down, come rattle my rigging down Ratcliffe Highway. Another Cyril Tour song about a naval burial at sea. It's very sad, but not really. Bang on the drum, now me time has come. Best get me overboard before I start to hum into 6 feet of mud. 6 feet of mud, 9 fathoms of water and 6 feet of mud. So play, fire a last salute, slide me down the chute, but don't throw me overboard in me best suit into 6 feet of mud. 6 feet of mud, 9 fathoms of water and 6 feet of mud. Pull down the flag, sew up the bag. One consolation, the wife can't nag me in 6 feet of mud. 6 feet of mud, 9 fathoms of water and 6 feet of mud. Play the last post, pray for me ghost, 'cause in 6 weeks I'll be washed up on the coast out of 6 feet of mud. 6 feet of mud, 9 fathoms of water and 6 feet of mud. 6 feet of mud, 6 feet of mud, 9 fathoms of water and 6 feet of mud. Trying to remember the song about the sailor and the robber. It'll percolate to the top of the brain sooner or later. Come all you young fellas that goes out a drinking, I'll have you pay attention to what I do say. I'll tell you a story about a old robber and about a young sailor met him on the way. And I've forgotten the rest of it, so let's scratch that one and go on to something else. One of the things about old age is you lose things. Do you believe in the hereafter? Yes, I'm always wondering what did I come in here after. And having to go back to where you were so that you can remember what you were looking for so that you can then hopefully go and find it. Now we are ready to head for the Horn. Way, hey, roll and go. Our boots and our clothes, boys, are all in the pond. To me, rollicking, randy, dandy-o. I'm going to put that up a bit. Now we are ready to head for the Horn. Way, hey, roll and go. Our boots and our clothes, boys, are all in the pond. To me, rollicking, randy, dandy-o. Press the bar bullies and heave with a will. Way, hey, roll and go. For soon we'll be driving her way down the hill. To me, rollicking, randy, dandy-o. Heave a pole, heave away. Way, hey, roll and go. Our anchors on board and the cables all stored. To me, rollicking, randy, dandy-o. Heave away, bullies, you parish rig bums. Way, hey, roll and go. Take your hands from your pockets and don't suck your thumbs. To me, rollicking, randy, dandy-o. Heave a pole, heave away. Way, hey, roll and go. The The anchor's on board and the cable's all stored to me, rollicking randy dandy. When I get back to Liverpool town, way roll and go, I'll pass a line to Miss Sally Brown, to me rollicking randy dandy. Oh, heave a pole, oh heave away, way roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cable's all stored to me, rollicking randy dandy. I'm Liverpool born and Liverpool bred, way roll and go. Strong in the arm but thick in the head, to me rollicking randy dandy. Heave a pole, heave away, way roll and go. The anchor's on board and the cable's all stored to me, rollicking randy dandy. A stormy night in Brixham, the fishing fleet at sea. To reach the port in safety, they laboured manfully. The beacon on the headland was drenched and blown away. They could not find the harbour through fog and blinding spray. The women on the quayside were peering through the gloom. They lit a fire with all they had to guide their loved ones home. They burned their chairs and tables, not knowing all the while if they were building a bonfire or only a funeral pile. They took the grandma's blanket, who shivered and bade them go. They took the baby's cradle, who could not say them no. They kept their beacon blazing, they toiled with all their might, and they did not let the fire go out through all that weary night. For 3 miles up and down the coast, the wreckage it was strewn. The living and the dead men upon the beach were thrown. They brought them to the fire and laid them on the sand, asking, "Child, is this your father? Or wife, is this your man?" 100 men and 50 boats were lost that fateful night. All those who made the harbour were blinded, guided by that light. And when the boats of Brixham go out to meet the gales, think of the love that's riding like light upon their sails. If you've read the book Captains Courageous, at the end Kipling has a few lines of that. And I looked it up, and in 1866 there was this huge storm in Brixham, which is a little fishing village on the coast of Devon, and the women literally did burn everything they owned to make a lantern to guide their men home. I love these true stories. This doesn't have a chorus, but you will know the tune, so you may hum along. The Victorian pose for, you know. A small seed from a fir tree fell to a far-off forest floor. It grew and grew as fir trees do, and then it grew some more. It dreamed that it would become the mast of a tall ship, wild and free, bearing the sails before the gales as it sailed the open sea. And then one day the logger came and the fir tree hit the ground. First I'll be prepped, then I'll be stepped, and then I'm outward bound. But alas, such dreams are rarely true. Just look to what it's come. Its final lot was to stand in a pot with its head up an angel's bum.
Ladies and gentlemen. Heather Wood. Heather Wood, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget Heather's CDs. Heather's CDs are for sale out on our merch table. Also, please remember, this festival is made possible, and we are finally back live since 2019. Thanks to donations from folks like you, and my friend Ernie is back there with the donation bucket, so please give generously. Those of you who are watching the live stream, you can also give generously by going online to PMFFEST.org. Yes, I'll say it again, PMFFEST.org. And thank you so much. In about 10-15 minutes, we'll have London Julian Friends and Mudhook here at the Moffatt-Ladd warehouse, an 18th century warehouse, a piece of history as we're making history this year in Portsmouth. Thank you. guys one song each left near the end, okay? Perfect. Welcome, everyone. Welcome once again to the Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival. This is the 22nd Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival, but it's the first one that we have had live in person since 2019, and we're so happy to be able to bring it to you. My name is Nick Noble. I'm the host of the Folk Revival on WIC on Worcester Public Radio, but I'm also a board member of the Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival. In fact, I'm the treasurer, God knows why. But I'm so happy and delighted to welcome you all to this historic venue, the Moffatt-Ladd House, and this 18th century warehouse with its wonderful acoustics. Please remember that there are CDs for sale at the merch table on your way out. And also, of course, this festival is free because it's entirely supported by your donations. So my friend Ernie is back there. He's got a nice bucket. And before you leave, please make a generous donation to support the Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival. If you're on the live stream, you can donate to the festival by going online to PMFFEST.org. That's PMFFEST.org. It is now my privilege and pleasure to welcome some old friends back, people who've been part of this festival for a long time, and whose music I have always enjoyed. So please, let's welcome London Julie and Mudhook.
It's good to see everyone. We're London Julie and friends, and we're gonna start out with Jean.
Well, I'm an friend.
Way, we are off tomorrow.
Way, we are off tomorrow.
Off tomorrow at the break of day. Walk along,
you saucy and
we'll fly that flag and we'll sail tomorrow.
Way, we are off tomorrow.
God bless Our Lady Queen.
Walk along, you saucy animal.
We'll fly that flag and we'll sail tomorrow.
Way, we are off tomorrow.
Tomorrow is our jubilee.
Walk along, you saucy animal.
I wish I was in old Mobile Bay.
Way, hey, we are off tomorrow.
I know just how I'd feel.
Walk along, you saucy
To
animal.
sit on my Anna's knee.
Way, we are off tomorrow.
I know she'd say I was making free.
Walk along, you saucy animal.
Oh, stay at home, oh, stay with me.
Way, hey, we are off tomorrow.
Stay at home, don't go to sea.
Walk along, you saucy animal.
$8 a day is a sailor's pay.
Way, hey, we are off tomorrow.
Easy come, easy go away.
Walk along, you saucy animal.
I thought I heard our old man say,
Way, we are off tomorrow.
we're outbound to Mobile Bay.
Walk along, you saucy animal.
Way, we are off tomorrow.
Way, we are off tomorrow.
Off tomorrow at the break of day.
Walk along, you saucy animal.
For the Spanish Main we are bound away. Oh, for the Spanish Main we are bound away. Oh, we are bound away at the break of the day, where the swift bonita and dolphin do play. Oh, rock your bows, heave her high, oh, from Liverpool Bay we are headed away. Oh, from Liverpool Bay we are sailing away. Oh, we are sailing away from Liverpool Bay to the flash gals of Chile who'll take all our pay. Oh, rock your boat, heave her high, oh, rock her, oh, roll. A ration of liquor the old man gives us, a roll. A ration of liquor the old man gives us, a roll. To keep it up, we'll bust a gun, we'll drive the ship through hell if we must. Oh, rock your balls, heave her high, oh, rock her, oh, roll. Oh, Pedro the crimp boy, we know him of old, oh, roll. Oh, Pedro the crimp boy, we know him of old, oh, roll. He's prime in his vino, he's dope in his beer. To the chinchills he'll ship us if we don't steer clear. Oh, rock your boat, heave her high, oh, rock her, oh, roll. Ah, them flash gals of Chile, they're sure hard to beat. Oh, roll. Them flash gals of Chile, they're sure hard to beat. Oh, roll. Well, they'll greet us and treat us and give us some wine, but you know that they're robbing us all of the time. Oh, rock your balls, heave her high, oh, rock her, oh, roll. And when it come time to sail away home, oh, roll. Oh, when it comes time to sail away home, oh, roll. From some old seaport town on the west coast of hell, we'll sing adios and we'll say fare thee well. Oh, rock your boat, heave her high, oh, rock her, oh, roll.
Lovely. Hey.
Sorry.
That's okay. Lovely. Another round of applause for London Julie, please. It's always tough to follow them because their voices are so awesome. So we're gonna start with a song that was written by a man who unfortunately we lost earlier this year. Great songwriter from Ireland by the name of Pete St. John. I'm sure if you follow any Irish music, you know some of his songs, not the least of which Fields of Athenry and Town I Love So Well. No, pardon me, not Town I Love So Well.
Dirty Old?
Nope.
No?
Nope. Dublin and the Rare Old Times, sorry. But anyway, Dublin being a port city, he also wrote a couple of songs that had a maritime theme to it. And this is one of those called Daring Sailing Man. So this will go out to Pete. the ship was squaring its rigging at the mouth of Dublin Bay. And I said to myself, sweet Jamie lad, you'll be a stowaway. So I left me mother crying, and I left me father's arms, for I know I intend to be a daring sailing man. And to see the jealous lover inflames your mind and heart, and once you've stood before us, you'll never be apart. I've seen her anger swelling, and I've seen its blessed calm, for I know I intend to be a daring sailing man. I had 5 brothers who before me went to sea, and now they're safely sleeping in some far distant sea. Well, the older one was Brendan, and the younger one was Ned. To throw the storm, set them down, Davy Jones's bed. And sees a jealous lover inflames your mind and heart, and once you've stood before last, you'll never be apart. And I've seen its anger swelling, and I've seen its blessed calm, for I know I intend to be a daring sailing man. The sails in Greenland Wales, young Jamie stowed away. And I hear my brothers calling, sure, but I don't give a damn, for I know I intend to be a daring sailing man. And I see the jealous lover inflames your mind and heart, and once you've stood before last, you'll never be apart. And I've seen its anger swelling, and I've seen its blessed calm, for I know I intend to be a daring sailing man. Yes, I know I intend to be a daring sailing man. Perfect.
G minor for those of you keeping score.
This is, considering how London Julie does a lot of songs that you know, historically were sung by men, we're going to do one that was historically sung by women. Just to be fair.
Did you hear that note?
Yep. Is that it?
My Johnny was a shoemaker, and dearly he loved me. My Johnny was a shoemaker, and now he's gone to sea, with pitch and tar to soil his hands, and to sail across the sea, stormy sea, and sail across the stormy sea. His jacket was deep sky blue, and curly was his hair. His jacket was a deep sky blue, it was, I do declare, for to reeve the topsail up against the mast, and to sail across the sea, stormy sea, and sail across the stormy sea.
One day he'll be a captain bold with a brave and gallant crew.
One day he'll be a captain bold with a sword and a spyglass too.
And when he takes his gallant captain's sword, he'll come home and marry me.
Marry me, he'll come home and he'll marry me. My Johnny was a shoemaker, and dearly he loved me. My Johnny was a shoemaker, and now he's gone to sea with pitch and tar to soil his hands, and to sail across the sea, stormy sea, and sail across the stormy sea. It took a while to come out, but you know.
Are there any guitar players out there? I bet you all play guitar. Do you? I discovered this tune. I didn't discover it. These guys have been playing it forever. It's Dadgad. You ever put your guitars in Dadgad? Then you have one finger chords.
Don't give it away.
I'm telling you because I don't know if you'd hear it anywhere, but it's wonderful. I love it.
Listen, you keep saying that, we're going to take it away.
This is a song that, again, comes from, it's a very old song, and it's, in some cases it's Irish. Some websites call it Scottish, some call it British. But it's, and depending on where you sing it, the verses kind of change around. So this is called The Lowlands of Holland, and I heard it in Ireland. That I was married, and on my wedding bed up came a bold sea captain. He stood at my bedhead, saying, arise, arise, young wedded lad, come away with me to the lowlands of Holland to fight the enemy. Well, they took my love to a gallant ship, a ship of noble fame, with 24 seamen bold to steer across the main. Well, the storm it began to rise, the ship sunk in the sea. Lowlands of Holland to fight the enemy. Well, says the mother to her daughter, what makes you so lament? Is there ne'er a man in Ireland who could please your discontent? There are men enough in Galway, did all for me, to the lowlands of Holland to fight the enemy. Well, I will wear no shoes, nor stockings, nor combs put in my hair, no fire light, nor candle bright will show my beauty rare, nor will I wed with any any young man, so grieved my heart it be, since the lowlands of Holland have come between my love and me, since the lowlands of Holland come between my love and me.
All right, hi everybody. This next song, hopefully some of you have heard. It is about a man whose little tryst with a girl he meets is less of his idea than he thought it was. I'm going to start by singing the chorus, so you guys get a brief introduction. I expect everyone to sing along. Right. Oh, Maggie, Maggie May, they have taken you away, nevermore to roam along down Canning Place. For you've robbed too many whalers, you've coaxed too many sailors, now you'll never see old Lime Street anymore. Well, come all you young sailors and listen to my plea, and when you've heard my tale you'll pity me. For I was a goddamn fool in the port of Liverpool, the very first time I came home from sea. I stepped up from the port of Sierra Leone, £3.10 a month it was me pay, and I spent a palmy tin drinking up a gin with a little girl whose name was Maggie May. Oh, Maggie, Maggie May, they have taken you away, nevermore to roam along down Canning Place. For you've robbed too many whalers, you've boxed too many sailors, now you'll never see your Lime Street anymore. It's well that I remember when I first met Maggie May, she was cruising up and down on Canning Place, dressed up mighty fine like a frigate of the line, so being a ranting sailor I gave chase. I stepped up on her track, but she turned the other tack. I caught her and I broke her mizzen line. Next morning I awoke with a head more bent than broke, no shirt nor shoes nor trousers could I find. Oh, Maggie, Maggie May, they have taken you away, nevermore to roam along down Canning Place. For you've robbed too many whalers, you've boxed too many sailors, now you'll never see old Lime Street anymore. I asked her where they were, she said, me good kind sir, they are down on Park Lane Pawn Shop number 9. Well, you've had your cake and fun, now it's time for you to run, or you'll never make the dock, me lad, on time. To the pawn shop I did go, but no trousers could I find. The police come and took that girl away, and the judge, he guilty found her of robbing a homeward bounder, and now she's doing time in Botany Bay. Oh, Maggie, Maggie May, they have taken you away, nevermore to roam along down Canning Place. For you've robbed too many whalers, you've boxed too many sailors, now you'll never see old Lime Street anymore. Oh, Maggie, Maggie May, they have taken you away, nevermore to roam along down Canning Place. For you've robbed too many whalers, you've boxed too many sailors, now you'll never see old Lime Street anymore. Takes place in Liverpool, and all of those place names, Park Street, Canning Way, are all real places in Liverpool.
Nobody wants that. I don't know. So we've just finished up. We were up on Market Square for a while. Two things. It's nice to not be in the wind.
Oh, yeah.
Or to fight against the loud pipes of the motorcycles. So We're going to do something pretty now. We haven't been able to do pretty all day.
We're going to
Speak for
try.
yourself.
We're going to try anyway. And some of us are in the more difficult standard tuning right now. This is called Adieu, Sweet Lovely. Doesn't that sound nice? Sweet Lovely Nancy. And we haven't to check our tuning because I just did mine, but they were in the cold, and now they were in the sun, and now they're in the shade.
And we worked hard in checking out too.
So we are Mudhook. This is Peter Hale. Hold your applause till the end, please. This is Mike Janot, and I'm Alan
You can
Eaton.
applaud now.
I am ready.
You ready?
I am ready. I'm ready.
Adieu, sweet lovely Nancy, 1,000 times adieu. I'm going around the ocean, love, to seek for something new. Come change your ring with me, dear girl. Come change your ring with me. It could be a token of our true love when I am far at sea. When I am far on the ocean, love, who knows not where I am. Kind letters I will write to you from every foreign land. The secrets of your heart, dear girl, are the best of my goodwill. Oh, let my body be where it might, my heart lies with you still. There's a storm out on the ocean, love, see how it comes around. While we poor souls on the ocean are fighting for the crown. Our officer commands us, and him we must obey, expecting every moment for to be cast away. There are tinkers, tailors, and shoemakers snoring in their sleep, while we poor souls on the ocean are plowing for the deep. There's nothing to protect us, love, or keep us from the cold. On the ocean white, we must fight like jolly seamen. And when this war is over, there'll be peace upon the shore. We'll drink to our wives and children and the girls we do adore. We'll call for liquor merrily and spend our money free. And when our money is all gone, we will boldly go to sea. And when our money is all gone, we will boldly go to sea.
Isn't he pretty?
We couldn't do that on all that wind, and that's for raging storms and stuff.
Whenever you're ready.
I'm ready.
If you need to time.
No, no.
5 minute break. 10.
No.
This next song is one of the first songs that I ever sang at the press room.
Was it?
Yes.
Wow. And it was written.
And they didn't kick me out.
No accounting for
Is
taste.
it Richards?
John Richards. The man is an accountant. He lives in the British Midlands somewhere. And I heard some other band rip off the song from him, and then I decided to rip it off from him.
Rip off.
So 20 some odd years I've been singing this, and every time I sing it, I love it more. On a fine summer's morning, we lay at the quay. The holds were fell high with the treasures of the sea, so that they could be transported by men such as we to homeland and for Queen. When the loading was done, we hoisted full sail, pray for good winds to guide us and deliverance from gale. And the thoughts of the crew came to home and strong ale, as we cast off the ropes and set sail. Fight for honor and for praise, sail the seas throughout my days. In cold ground I'll never lay. I'd rather die on the ocean. 30 days out to sea, and the weather was fine. The wind that we prayed for and making good time. The honor of first home was soon to be mine. The homeland and for Queen. Well, that night became stormy, and the wind changed our course. A gale was blowing, and the wind gathered force. And I wondered if ever we'd reach our home port, or if we'd all be lost in the storm. Fight for honor and for praise, sail the seas throughout my days. In cold ground I'll never lay. I'd rather die on the ocean. When the waves washed the deck and the wind we would rock, I fought with the wheel to stay clear of the rocks. With the fighting's in vain, in the storm we were locked, and our prayers flew away on the wind. And I puffed and I choked and I tasted the sea. I looked over the sands, there was no one but me. And I knew that the might of the sea finished me, and I wished that I drowned in the storm. Fight for honor and for praise, sail the seas throughout my days. In cold ground I'll never lay. I'd rather die on the ocean. And I live with the thoughts for the rest of my days that I've given the lives of the crew just to pay, in search of the garlands of honor and grace. And I wish that I drowned in the storm. Fight for honor and for praise, sail the seas throughout my days. In cold ground I'll never lay. I'd rather die on the ocean. Fight for honor and for praise, peace throughout my days. In cold ground I never lay. I'd rather die on the ocean.
Nice to know.
Guys, one more each.
One more each, so please welcome back London Julie.
So my book, I don't know if you know, they've been playing 3 sets straight, and they haven't repeated a song once, which is quite impressive. Yeah. Let's give it up for Mud. So this is not a sea shanty, but as Ken Schatz said, and still until there's a festival for work songs, we can sing work songs at sea shanty festivals. And it's called Preacher Man, and I dare you not to clap. Preacher man wanna take my soul, and he say hellfire, I say no, and he say give, and I say go, and he say hurry, and I say no. Ain't nobody gonna weigh down me, I said. Ain't nobody gonna weigh down me, I said. Ain't nobody gonna weigh down me, I said. Ain't nobody gonna weigh down me. And auction man in the back row, and he bid high and I bid low, and I say 3 and he say 4 and he say 2 and I say no, 'cause ain't nobody gonna weigh down me, I said. Ain't nobody gonna weigh down me, I said. Ain't nobody gonna weigh down me, I said. Ain't nobody gonna weigh down me. And a pretty woman make you walk the floor, make you beg for mercy, make you beg for more. And I say hurry up, and she say no, and I say please, and she says go. Ain't nobody gonna weigh down me, I said. Ain't nobody gonna weigh down me, I said. Ain't nobody gonna weigh down me, I said. Ain't nobody gonna weigh down me. And planting time and the water's low, and they say give it up, and I say no. I'll plant one for the cupworm, I'll plant one for the crow, I'll plant one for the squirrel, and one's gonna grow, 'cause ain't nobody gonna weigh down me, I said. 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 Way down now, way down now, way down now, way down me.
Stay with us.
You're gonna help us.
This was Justine's idea.
Well, you just get nice and tight.
Clever, so if it all goes wrong.
Absolutely.
Close up.
This was.
This is our only opportunity.
So you said we didn't repeat any songs.
I know.
Well, we're gonna
We're gonna
Now
repeat
we're,
that.
now we're gonna do that,
We're gonna repeat one,
just because you said so.
but also because we all have a connection to this one. And I'm sorry, just a little bit here, and we're ready to go. You all know it. You all love it. So you're all gonna sing it, right? I said you're all gonna sing it, right?
Right.
You're all gonna sing it, right?
Right.
There we go. My God. Somebody get coffee into this room.
Hey, thanks for coming, everybody.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All of you.
Thanks for coming. Thank you. Big round of applause for the volunteers that make this happen. And I know you're going to get tired of hearing this over the course of the weekend, but all of this stuff is free for a reason. because of the generous donations of people like yourselves. And so if you can see Ernie in the back there with, just your firstborn, that should be enough.
One arm, one leg, you can spare it.
Thanks, Stumpy.
Oh, yes.
Lotus lady I'll see no more. Away, boys, away, oh. Since I left her on a China shore. Away, boys, lift and walk away. Away, boys, away, oh. Blow me down that Yangtze River. Away, boys, lift and walk away. Away, boys, away, oh.
A prettiest gal that I've ever seen.
Away, boys, lift and walk away. Away, boys, away, oh. Blow me down that Yangtze River. Away, boys, lift and walk away. She had flashing eyes and long black hair. Away, boys, away, oh. All I could do was to stand and stare. Away, boys, lift and walk away. Let me hear ya. Away, boys, away, oh. Blow me down that Yangtze River. Away, boys, lift and walk away.
I bought her Sims and a golden comb.
Away, boys, away, oh.
Honey's down now in his home.
Away, boys, lift and walk away. Away, boys, away, oh. Blow me down that Yangtze River. Away, boys, lift and walk away. My silver just to try to win her. Away, boys, away, oh. All that's left now is donkey's dinner. Away, boys, lift and walk away. Away, boys, away, oh. Blow me down that Yangtze River. Away, boys, lift and walk away. Homeward bound cookies in the galley. Away, boys, away, oh. Farewell, young moon of the Yangtze Valley. Away, boys, lift and walk away. Away, boys, away, oh. Blow me down that Yangtze River. Away, boys, lift and walk away. Away, boys, away, oh. Blow me down that Yangtze River. Away, boys, lift and walk away.
London Julie, ladies and gentlemen.
And
And
we
Charlie.
manifested Charlie Ifbar, who arranged that
You sing it twice and he appears.
Mudhook, London Julie and friends. Let's hear it for them, folks. We got CDs for sale outside. We got Ernie with a donation bucket. In a few minutes, it'll be Vienna, Carroll, and David Coffin. But right now, thank you so much for being part of the show. We've got one more featured artist here today at the historic Moffatt-Ladd House and Warehouse. And then tonight, don't forget, we have the concert. And tomorrow, even more of the 22nd Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival, the first one live in person since 2019. Thank you all. 22nd Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival. Yes, a couple of you have been here before and heard me do this. That's okay. The 22nd Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival, but the first one live and in person since 2019. And we're so delighted to have you all here. Yes, you too, Brady. We're delighted to have you here. And we're just so happy to be able to bring this music back. And we're particularly happy to be in this historic venue, the Moffatt-Ladd House, in this 18th century warehouse with its wonderful, wonderful acoustics. Please remember that my friend Persis and her team have merch available at the table there, particularly CDs from our wonderful artists, along with t-shirts and magnets and other wonderful paraphernalia out there. Make sure you patronize our merchandise table. Also remember that this particular festival is free because of you all. It is run entirely on donations from you all. And so, my friend Ernie back there, Ernie, say hi. Ernie's got the white bucket, and he's more than happy to take your donations anytime, particularly as you head out today. That'll be wonderful. And those of you who are watching live, the live stream, or watching later on as it's archived, as YouTube is where it's going to be. On YouTube, remember, you can also donate to this festival by going online to PMFFEST.org and making a donation, PMFFEST.org. And now, without further ado, my name is Nick Noble. I'm a board member and the treasurer of the Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival. I'm also the host of the Folk Revival on WICN Public Radio out of Worcester. But today, and particularly now, it is my extreme pleasure to introduce two amazing talents and giants of the music world. Here we have Vienna, Carroll, and David Coffin.
Well, it's a treat to be up here with Vienna. We go way back. 10 minutes. All of 10 minutes. And feel like we're best friends already. So we're gonna go back and forth, and Vienna has decided that I will go first. So I will. So my approach here is as I age in place, which is I'm finding out a thing, is to start singing songs that I don't normally get to sing because I've always required that I memorize everything. And with that in mind, there are so many songs that I would not get to sing publicly because my memory is just, it's never been good. And if that's my standard, then there are a lot of songs I won't get to present. So I'm going to sing songs that I sort of know, but I've never done, and some songs that I really don't know that well at all. That I have it in front of me so I can do it, and I get to sing it out loud and share it with you. So that's my current thinking of the day. So I hope that works for you, because it's certainly working for me. All right. So here we go, and I'm sure a lot of you know this one. It's called Fiddler's Green. I've never sung it out loud, out in public. I don't know why, but I just haven't. Written back in 1966 by John Connolly. So here we go. As I walked by the dockside one evening so fair, to view the still waters and take the salt air, I heard an old fisherman singing a song. Oh, take me away, boys, my time is not long. Wrap me up in me oilskins and jumper. No more on the docks I'll be seen. Just tell me, old shipmates, I'm taking a trip, mates. I'll see you someday on Fiddler's Green. Now I don't want a harp nor a halo, not me. Just give me a breeze and a good rolling sea. I'll play me old squeeze box as we sail along, with the wind in the rigging to sing me a song. Wrap me up in me oilskin and jumper. No more on the docks I'll be seen. Just tell me, old shipmates, I'm taking a trip, mates. I'll see you someday on Fiddler's Green. Now Fiddler's Green is a place I've heard tell, where the fishermen go if they don't go to hell, where the weather is clear and the dolphins do play, and the cold coast of Greenland is far, far away. Wrap me up in the oilskin and jumper, no more on the docks I'll be seen. Just tell me your shipmates I'm taking the trip, mate, and I'll see you someday on Fiddler's Green. Now when you're in dock and the long trip is through, there's pubs and there's clubs and there's lassies there too, and the girls are all pretty and the beer it is free, and there's bottles of rum growing on every tree. Wrap me up in the oilskin and jumper, no more on the docks I'll be seen. Just tell me your shipmates I'm taking the trip, mates, and I'll see you someday on Fiddler's Green, where the skies are all clear and there's never a gale, and the fish jump on board with one swish of their tail. Where you lie at your leisure, there's no work to do, and the skipper's below making tea for the crew. Wrap me up in the oilskin and jumper, no more on the docks I'll be seen. Just tell me your shipmates I'm taking a trip, mates, and I'll see you someday on Fiddler's Green. Wrap me up in the oilskin and jumper, no more on the docks I'll be seen. Just tell me your shipmates I'm taking the trip, mates, and I'll see you someday on Fiddler's Green. Fiddler's Green. Thank you.
So, I'm so happy to be here with you. My intersection with you is sailors and finding the history of sailors and coming to understand that black sailors were really, really, really important in the Underground Railroad, which is why I have this shirt on that says "We freed ourselves," because I came to understand that we had agency in our own freedom, and I want to celebrate that with you. And I have come also to find that the Maritime Underground Railroad was so very important in our freedom. So this first song that I'm going to sing for you is not a shanty. It's called "Singing with a Sword in My Hand," and I want to celebrate the the black men and women who were part of the Maritime Underground Railroad. I want to lift up a few of them. There was Peter Robinson. He was an enslaved person, and he worked with two Quaker men in the Cape Fear River in North Carolina, shuttling people back and forth. And I also want to tell you about a young man who was a radical abolitionist, a young black man. His name was David Walker, and he was in Boston. And so what made him radical is he was willing to fight for the freedom of African Americans at the time. And he wrote a very fiery little pamphlet called Walker's Appeal. And he was a tailor, and he made sailor uniforms, and he was so radical that he had his own printing press in the tailor shop, and he would sew the pages of his booklet in the sailors' uniforms so that they could distribute them up and down the East Coast, because they had that kind of agency because they moved all over the world. They moved from north to south, Caribbean, Europe, Japan, New Zealand. These men were able to move all over. And so I'd like to celebrate David Walker and all of those sailors and all of their allies by singing this spiritual called "Singing with a Sword in My Hand." Now, the thing about spirituals is they're very lovely. You may not know it when I started, but you'll know it soon after I start. Singing with a sword in my hand, Lord. Singing with a sword in my hand. Singing with a sword in my hand, Lord. Singing with a sword in my hand. Prettiest singing I ever heard. Way over on the hill. The angels sing, I sing too. Singing with a sword in my hand, Lord. Singing with a sword in my hand. Didn't I tell you to get it? Singing with a sword in my hand, Lord. Singing with a sword in my hand. Singing with a sword in my hand, Lord. Singing with a sword in my hand. Praying with a sword in my hand, Lord. Praying with a sword in my hand. Praying with a sword in my hand, Lord. Praying with a sword in my hand. Prettiest praying I ever heard. Way over on the hill. The angels pray, I pray too. Praying with a sword in my hand, Lord. Praying with a sword in my hand. Praying with a sword in my hand, Lord. Praying with a sword in my hand. Shouting with a sword in my hand, Lord. Shouting with a sword in my hand. Shouting with a sword in my hand, Lord. Shouting with a sword in my hand. Prettiest shouting I ever heard. Way over on the hill. The angels shout, I shout too. Shouting with a sword in my hand, Lord. Shouting with a sword in my hand. Shouting with a sword in my hand, Lord. Shouting with a sword in my hand. Singing with a sword in my hand, Lord. Singing with a sword in my hand. Singing with a sword in my hand, Lord. Singing with a sword in my hand. In my hand, Lord. Singing with a sword in my hand.
Well, I'm done. Oh, I love that. So one of the things that Vienna and I talked about when we met was, how do we want to do this? You know, do you want to do a couple of songs? I'll do a couple of songs. And I said, you know, sometimes it's interesting if we go back and forth. You never know where we're going to go. And this is a case in point. So, I mean, it's a song I was planning on doing, but I feel like I want to do it now rather than later on because I feel like it fits. It's a song called Sugar Trade, and some of you may know it. It's not a sing-along, but you might know it. And I'm not going to tell you who wrote it until afterwards. I'm going to see if anyone here actually knows. I always do this. So if you've seen me done this before, you probably already know. But powerful song, contemporary song. So it goes like this. Now back when this earth was a silver blue jewel, back when your grandfather's fathers were young, men of these shores made and gave up their lives, pulling up fish from the sea, while down in the African slavery trade, stealing young men to cut sugar cane, run to New Bedford and caught fish in Maine. They were building a wall that will always remain. Oh, the crown and the cross, the musket and the chain, the white man's religion, the family name. 200 years later, and who is to blame? The captain of the cargo or the juice of the sugar cane? The doryman, he knows when the riptide will run. He sets out his nets and he waits in the sun. He thinks of his family and drinks of his rum, and he waits for the codfish to come. It's the same mighty ocean that keeps them alive. It will swallow you up, it will let you survive. It will heal you and steal you and take you away, like a note in a bottle with nothing to say. Now back when this earth was a silver blue jewel, and back when your grandfathers' fathers were young, men on these shores made and gave up their lives. They were pulling up fish from the sea. Anybody know who wrote that?
I know who sang it. Maybe he wrote it.
Go ahead.
James Taylor.
James Taylor,
Yeah.
Jimmy Buffett.
Wow.
Who'd have thunk it?
How about that?
Great song. Thank you.
Well, so that makes me want to sing this next song. Because, you know, like that was a terrible thing that happened, and there were men and women of conscience who decided that they needed to do something about it, just like today. And so this is a spiritual that was covered by a lot of people. You may know it. And it's called You Gotta Move When the Lord Gets Ready. You gotta move. You gotta move. You gotta move. You gotta move, child. You gotta move. 'Cause when the Lord gets ready, you gotta move. You gotta move. You got to move. You gotta move, child. You gotta move. When the Lord gets ready, you got to move. You may be high. You may be low. You may be rich, child. You may be poor. But when the Lord gets ready, you got to move. You gotta move. You got to move. You gotta move, child. You gotta move. When the Lord gets ready, you got to move. See that woman walking the street. See that policeman on his beat. Hey, when the Lord gets ready, you got to move. You gotta move. You got to move. You gotta move, child. You gotta move. When the Lord gets ready, you got to move. You gotta move. You got to move. You gotta move, child. You gotta move. 'Cause when the Lord gets ready, you got to move.
I'm enjoying this. All right. Yeah, that's the idea. All right, well, that puts me in mind
I know, right?
of a hymn, a couple of hymns I have in mind. Again, I did this one for the first time last week. I chickened out with the concertina, but I'm not going to chicken out today. I sang it a cappella. And it works. It works. It's a hymn that goes back to the mid-1800s, and it's been adapted multiple times ever since. Most recently for the stage production of War Horse. And John Tams wrote the third verse. So if you want to join me on the chorus, if you know it, feel free. If you don't know it, you'll probably pick it up. If you're not sure, just sing Only Remembered. Fading away like the stars in the morning, losing their light in the glorious sun. Thus shall we pass in this earth and its toiling, only remembered for what we have done. Only remembered, only remembered, only remembered for what we have done. Thus would we pass from this earth and its toiling, only remembered for what we have done. Hello. Only the truth that in life we have spoken, only the seed that in life we have sown, these shall pass onwards when we are forgotten, only remembered for what we have done. Only remembered, only remembered, only remembered for what we have done. These shall pass onwards when we are forgotten, only remembered for what we have done. Who'll sing the anthem and who'll tell the story? Will the line hold? Will it scatter and run? Shall we at last be united in glory? Only remembered for what we have done. Only remembered, only remembered, only remembered for what we have done. Shall we at last be united in glory? Only remembered for what we have done.
So, now I'd like to remember Captain Albert Fountain, because as I mentioned to you before, there was a lot of maritime escapes, and it got so efficient, if I want to say that way, that they had a special law for boats out of New York that they, when they went to southern ports, that they had to be inspected with all kinds of noxious fumes and stuff to catch stowaways. And this Captain Albert Fountain, he owned a ship, I think it was called the City of Richmond, but I'm not exactly sure. He had 28 people concealed on his ship, and they came there and they found none of them. So I want to remember him, and also the black churches, the AME Church, African Methodist Episcopalian Church, which was very, very instrumental in spiriting people away, and as part of the Underground Railroad and the black community, all the safe houses, not only in the black community but also in the white community. And I want to especially lift up right this moment the Boston Vigilance Committee, who would meet the boats from the south, and they take along a black woman who had fruits and pies, and she would go on the boat and she would try to find these people or let them know that it was okay for them to come out and they had reached a safe haven. And for that, I'm gonna sing a song called Strawberries and Glory. I found the words to this song in a book by ethnomusicologist Eileen Southern, and it's and I made the tune up, and it's all right.
Someone's getting ready for it.
And it's one of those that, you know, I'm going to glory. It's going to be your part. You'll know it. Strawberries. I come from 4 miles out of town. I'm going to glory. My strawberries are sweet and sound. I'm going to glory. I fetched them 4 miles on my head. I'm going to glory. My child is sick, my husband's dead. I'm going to glory. Eat them with your bread and meat. I'm going to glory. My strawberries are good and sweet. I'm going to glory. Come sinner, get down on your knee. I'm going to glory. And eat my strawberries if you please. I'm going to glory. So we're going to sing it again, all right? You ready? Ready? I come from 4 miles out of town.
I'm going to glory.
My strawberries are sweet and sound.
I'm going to glory.
I fetched them 4 miles on my head.
I'm going to glory.
My child is sick, my husband's dead.
I'm going to glory.
Eat them with your bread and meat.
I'm going to glory.
My strawberries are good and sweet.
I'm going to glory.
Come sinner, get down on your knees.
I'm going to glory.
And eat my strawberries if you please. I'm going to glory. I'm going to glory. I'm going to glory. Strawberries.
Well, I have a song about strawberries.
All right.
And I make stuff up. I do not have a song about strawberries. But I'm gonna stick with the hymns. I know you all know this. I should wait till the end because it's typically an ending one, but I just feel like singing it now, so I'm a rule breaker. It's called the Seaman's Hymn. So feel free to join in if you know it. Come all ye bold seamen, wherever you're bound, and always let Nelson's proud memory go round, and pray that the wars and the tumult may cease, for the sweet lasting peace. May the Lord put an end to these cruel old wars and bring peace and contentment to all our great times. Thank you. Thank you.
Where to go after
Anywhere you like.
that? Okay.
You don't have to have segues.
Okay, so I'm gonna sing this song that's on my heart a lot these days. I just really love it, called "I Know I've Been Changed." The angels in heaven done signed my name. So if you know it, please join me. And if you don't know it, you'll know it in a minute. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. The angels in heaven signed my name. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. The angels in heaven signed my name. If you don't believe I've been redeemed, the angels in heaven signed my name. Follow me down to the Jordan stream. The angels in heaven signed my name. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. The angels in heaven signed my name. Went to the water was cold. The angels in heaven signed my name. Chilled my body, but not my soul. Angels in heaven done signed my name. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. The angels in heaven signed my name. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. I know I've been changed. The angels in heaven signed my name. The angels in heaven signed my name. The angels in heaven signed my name.
All right, I think I have it in here. I want to do this. You know what? I can get this. It brings up a hymn. Sorry about that. So this is a hymn. I can't remember when or why I learned it. So that's irrelevant. At least it is now. Oh yeah, I do. No, that's not an interesting story. We'll let that slide. But it's a beautiful old hymn, and actually I learned a little bit more about it from Jeff Warner, Portsmouth's own. When he actually, I'm very melody driven, and the words sort of come later, as you can see. A little embarrassing for a singer, but there you are. True admissions. And so it was the melody that grabbed me, and then I figured out quite a ways in, thanks to Jeff, It's called Let the Lower Lights Be Burning. And I always thought, oh, what a great lighthouse hymn. No, not a lighthouse hymn, although it mentions a lighthouse. That doth not make it a lighthouse hymn. The lower lights, if you pay attention to the words, David, are the lights along the shore, as the words say, and the townspeople keeping those lights alive and lit to bring the sailors home. So, and lest I forget, I always dedicate the A major chord to my dad, who didn't like the other one. Brightly beams our Father's mercy from his lighthouse evermore, but to us he gives the keeping of the lights along the shore. Let the lower lights be burning, send a gleam upon the wave. Some poor fainting, struggling seaman you may rescue, you may save. Trim your feeble lamps, my brothers, some poor seaman's tempest-tossed, trying now to make the harbor in the darkness may be lost. Let the lower lights be burning, send a gleam across the wave. Some poor fainting, struggling seaman you may rescue, you may save. Dark the night of sin has settled, loud the angry billows roar. Eager eyes are watching, longing for the lights along the shore. Let the lower lights be burning, send a gleam across the wave. Some poor fainting, struggling seaman you may rescue, you may save. Let the lower lights be burning, send a gleam across the wave. Some poor fainting, struggling seaman you may rescue, you may save. Lower lights.
I think that was written about Lake Erie.
It was Henry Bliss.
Ohio.
Yes, absolutely. Nicely done. Thank you.
So I'm going to sing an old spiritual Wade in the Water in honor of my ancestors and your ancestors who helped us get free. I thank you. And you probably know this one. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Why don't you wade in the water? Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. See that man dressed in red? God's gonna trouble the water. Must be the band that Moses led. God's gonna trouble the water. Why don't you wade in the water? Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Must be from the band of Israelites. God's gonna trouble the water. Why don't you wade in the water? Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Come on and wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. You know that God's gonna trouble the water. You know that God's gonna trouble the water.
I got to sing that years ago in a Revels production in Cambridge with the Silverleaf Gospel Choir. All of them well into their 80s and 90s. It was an experience on stage. 18 nights we got to do that. Oh, that was a powerful moment, and you just brought all that back. Thank you for that. All right. So we have one more.
One more each, yep.
No, I want to do two. No.
You're welcome.
Just being sassy. All right, well, I'm going to stick with the hymns and the prayers. I don't know why I went this direction. It must have been you. And I'm happy for it. So first, let me just say thank you for letting me sit here with you and do this concert together. This has been a lot of fun and an honor. And I love your hat.
Thank
I'm just jealous. That's really what it is. So there we go. All right. So I'm going to sing. It's called "The Sailor's Prayer." Again, never done this one. Rob McDonald. It's a very contemporary, but just beautiful. If you know the chorus, I think some of you probably do. Feel free to jump in on it. Though my sails be torn and tattered, and the mast be turned about, let the night wind chill me to my very soul. Though the spray might sting my eyes, and the stars no light provide, give me just another morning light to hold. And I will not lie me down, this rain a-raging. I will not lie me down in such a storm. And if this night be unblessed, I shall not take my rest until I reach another shore. Though the only water left is but salt to wound my thirst, I will drink the rain that falls so steady down. And though night's blindness be my gift, and there be thieves upon my drift, I will praise this fog that shelters me along. And I will not lie me down, this rain a-raging. I will not lie me down in such a storm. And if this night be unblessed, I shall not take my rest until I reach another shore. And though my mates be drained and weary, and believe their hopes are lost, There's no need for their bones on that blackened bottom. And though death awaits just off the bow, they shall not answer to him now. He shall stand to face the morning without us. And I will not lie me down, this rain a-raging. I will not lie me down in such a storm. And if this night be unblessed, I shall not take my rest until I reach another shore.
Amen. For some reason that makes me think of a song called No Hiding Place Down There, which I haven't sung in years, so I hope I can remember it.
Go for it.
There's no hiding place down there. There's no hiding place down there. Well, I went to the rock to hide my face. The rock cried out, no hiding place. No hiding place down there. There's no hiding place down there. There's no hiding place down there. Well, I went to the rock to hide my face. The rock cried out, no hiding place. No hiding place down there. Well, the rock cried, I'm burning too. The rock cried, I'm burning too. Well, the rock cried out, I'm burning too. I want to get to heaven as well as you. No hiding place down there. There's no hiding place down there. There's no hiding place down there. Well, I went to the rock to hide my face. The rock cried out, no hiding place. No hiding place down there. Well, the sinner man, he gambled and fell. The sinner man, he gambled and fell. Well, sinner man gambled and fell. He wanted to go to heaven, he had to go to hell. No hiding place down there. There's no hiding place down there. There's no hiding place down there. Well, I went to the rock to hide my face. The rock cried out, no hiding place. No hiding place down there. Well, I went to the rock to hide my face. The rock cried out, no hiding place. No hiding place down there. Whoa!
Vienna, Carroll, David Coffin. Let's hear it for him, folks. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, we have merch out there on the table, CDs. We also have our donation bucket with my good friend Ernie, who's waiting for you to support this festival so we can come back next year. But there's still tomorrow. Enjoy the festival, everybody.